Anything else that's needed, we can get from out of this box.
wall, I think. I'm not sure.
It's hard to know which is most important or how it all began. The boy was born. The girl was born. They grew up quickly, went to school, became shy in their own ways and for different reasons. Read romances, studied cloud formations in the lazy afternoon, and instead of reading textbooks, tried to memorize the moon. And when the girl was 16, she was younger than the boy, she began to notice something strange. Her ugly duckling features had undergone a change. In short, she was growing pretty. For the first time in her whole life, pretty. And the shock so stunned and thrilled her that she became almost immediately, incurably insane. Observe.
The moon turns red on my birthday every year. And it always will, until somebody saves me and takes me back to my palace.
That is a typical remark. The other symptoms vary. She thinks that she's a princess, and that her name must be in French, or sometimes Eurasian, although she isn't sure what that is.
You see, no one can feel the way I feel and have a father named Amos Babcock Bellamy.
She has a glue paste necklace, which she thinks is really real.
I found it in the attic with my mother's name inside. Oh, it's my favorite possession.
It's her fancy.
It's my pride. Oh, this morning, a bird woke me up. It was a lark, or a peacock, or something like that. Some strange sort of bird that I'd never heard. And I said, hello! And it vanished. It flew away the very minute that I said hello. It was mysterious. So do you know what I did? I went over to my mirror, and I put on my mother's necklace. And the minute the jewels touched my skin, my eyes turned mauve. No, honestly, mauve. And then blue, and then a deep magenta when the sun hit them. I'm 16 years old, and every day something happens to me. I don't know what to make of it. When I get up in the morning to get dressed, I can tell something is different. I like to touch my eyelids because they're never quite the same. I hug myself until my arms turn blue, and then I close my eyes and cry until the tears come down and I can taste them. Oh, I love to taste my tears. I am special. I am special. Oh, please, God, please. Don't let me be normal. I'd like to swim in a clear blue stream where the water is icy cold, then go to town in a golden gown and have my fortune told. Just once, just once, just once before I'm old. I'd like to be not evil, but a little worldly wise, to be the kind of girl designed to be kissed upon the eyes. I'd like to dance till 2 o'clock, or sometimes dance till dawn, or if the band could stand it, just go on and on and on, just once, before the chance is gone. I'd like to waste a week or two and never do a chore, to wear my hair unfastened so it billows to the floor, to do the things I've dreamed about but never done before. Perhaps I'm mad or wild or bad with lots of grief in store, but I want
Now the boy. His story may be a wee bit briefer because it's pretty much the same.
There is this girl.
That is the essence.
There is this girl.
I warn you, it may be monotonous.
There is this girl. I'm nearly 20 years old. I've had an education. I've studied biology, been inside a lab, dissected violets. I know the way things are. I'm grown up, stable, willing to conform. I'm beyond such foolish notions. And yet, in spite of my knowledge, there is this girl. She makes me young again and foolish, and with her I perform the impossible. I defy biology and achieve ignorance. There are no other ears but hers to hear the explosion of my soul. There are no other eyes but hers to make me wise. And despite what they say about species, there is not one plant or animal or any living thing that is made quite the same as she is. Oh, it's stupid, of course. I know it. And immensely undignified. But I do love her.
Look, this is the wall their fathers built between their houses.
Oh, they built it ages ago. Last month, when I came home from school. Poor fools, they built it to keep us apart. I wonder if she's there now. Oh, I hope so. I'll see. Well, I don't know what to call her. Well, she's too vibrant for a name. What shall I call her? Juliet.
Yes, dear.
Helena.
Yes, dear.
And Cassandra, and Cleopatra, and Beatrice, and also Guinevere.
What, dear?
I think she's there. Can you hear me?
Barely.
And speaking of you, to them, I told them that if someone were to ask me to describe you, that I would be utterly and totally speechless. Except to say perhaps that you are Polaris, or the inside of a leaf.
Oh, speak a little louder.
I love you. If I were in the desert deep in sand, and the sun was burning like a hot pot granite, walking through a nightmare in the heat of a summer day, until my mind was parched, then you are water. Cool, clear water. A refreshing glass of water.
What, dear?
Water. Love, you are love. Better far than a metaphor can ever be. Love, you are love. My mystery of love. If the world was like an iceberg and everything was frozen and tears turned into icicles in the eye, and snow came pouring and sleet and ice came stabbing like a knife, then you are heat, a fire alive with heat, a flame that thaws the iceberg with its heat.
Repeat.
Ah, you are heat.
I am love. I am love. Better far than a metaphor can ever be. I am love.
mountains, valleys, the microscopic inside of a leaf. My joy.
Yes, I am his joy.
My grief.
Yes, I am his grief.
My star.
Yes, I am his star.
My leaf.
Yes, I am his leaf. I am love. I am love. Better far than a metaphor can ever, ever be. I am love.
You are love.
I am love.
I'm your story.
Story. Love.
Louisa!
Be careful, I thought I heard a
Oh,
sound.
but you're trembling.
My father loves to spy.
Oh, I know, so does mine. My father locked me in my room. I had to climb out through the window.
Oh God, be careful. Suppose you were to fall.
It's on the ground floor. Oh, but still, the window is very small. I could get stuck.
This is madness, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely mad.
And also very wicked.
Yes.
I'm glad.
My father would be furious if he knew.
Listen, I have had a vision.
Of disaster?
No, of azaleas.
Azaleas.
I dreamed I was picking azaleas when all at once this man, oh, he was very old, I'd say nearly 40, but attractive and very
Oh,
evil.
I hate him.
And he had a retinue of scoundrels, and they were hiding behind the rhododendrons, and all at once, as I picked an azalea, he leapt out!
God, I hate him!
In my vision, how I struggled like the rape of the Sabine women, I cried
And
out!
I was nearby?
Yes! You come rushing to the rescue, and single-handed you fight off all of his men, and win.
And then?
Celebration!
Oh, fireworks!
Fiesta!
Oh, laughter!
Our fathers give in!
And we live happily ever after?
There's no reason in the world why it can't happen exactly like that. Someone's coming!
It's my father.
Kiss me.
Too much moisture. There are a great many things I can tell you about myself. I was once in the Navy. That's where I learned horticulture. Yes, I've been the world over. I've seen it all. Mountain cactus, century plant, Japanese ivy, and exotic ports where bogwort was sold on the open market. I'm a man of experience, and there's one thing that I've learned. Too much moisture is worse than none at all. Prune a plant. Avoid water, and go easy on manure. Moderation, that's the moral. That's my son's foot.
Hello, Father.
What are you doing up in that tree?
Writing verses.
Curses.
How's that?
I offer a father's curses, the kind of education that makes our children fools. I sent this boy to school, to college, and I hope you know what that costs. Did he learn to dig a cesspool? No. He's up there now writing verses. Why do I always find you standing beside that wall?
I'm waiting for it to fall. Besides, I like it. I like its pretty texture and its lovely little eyes.
Walls don't have eyes.
Well, then, what do you call this flower?
Thank God he's clever.
You're an ass. There you stand every day writing verses. Well, who knows what our neighbor's up to on the other side of that wall? He's a villain. I'll not have it. I'll strip down those branches where an enemy could climb up. I'll jag that wall with glass. I'll line it up with bottles. was that?
Some broken willow, some wounded little bird.
Maybe. But walls have ears even though they don't have eyes. I'll just take a look. Ah! Oh. There's that stiffness again, the result of my Navy career. Here, son, you climb. You can see for me.
All right, Father.
What do you see?
I love you.
Too.
What are you mumbling about? Get down from there if there's nothing to see. Down, I say!
I obey.
Son, you're an idiot. So I decided you need to be married. So I went shopping this morning and picked you out a wife. Here's that sound again.
Anguished bird.
Weeping willow? Maybe. Well, let's get back to business. Son, I picked you out a girl. A pearl.
And if I prefer a diamond?
How dare you prefer a diamond when I just offered you a pearl?
Listen carefully to what I have to say. Listen, wall, and flowers, and willow too, and anguished bird. And you, Father, may as well listen too. I will not be wed by your wisdom. I will not walk neatly into a church and contract out to prolongate my race.
What?
I will not go wedding in a too tight suit, nor be witness when I take my bride.
You will do it!
No! I'll marry when I marry, in my own particular way. And my bride shall dress in sunlight, with rain for her wedding veil, with no one standing by, no song except September, being sung in the busy grass, no sound except our heartbeats, roaring like a flower alive with bees, without benefit of neighbor, without benefit of book, except perhaps her handprint, as she presses her hand in mine, except perhaps her imprint, as she gives me her chestnut hair, in a field while kneeling, being joined by the joy of life. There in the air, in the open, that's how I plan to
Son, you need pruning. Come inside and write simplicity 200 times without stopping. Perhaps that will improve your style.
That's right. Drink. Open your thirsty little mouths. She's my daughter. And let me tell you, it isn't easy. I suppose that's why I like vegetables so much. So dependable. I mean, you plant a radish, you know what you're about. You don't get a turnip or a cabbage. No, you plant a radish, you get a radish. You plant a turnip, you get a turnip. Oh, with children, I thought I had planted a cabbage. Or, at the worst, an avocado. Something remotely useful. I am a merchant. I sell buttons. What need do I have for a rose? Oh, there she is now. Now you go back inside there, Missy.
I told you, I'm a princess.
You're a button maker's daughter. Now do as I tell you. Our enemy lies beyond that wall. Up to something, I can feel it. Him and his no-good son. Now look what you've done. You've stepped in my peppers. That is it. I am going to build a fence starting at this wall. A high fence. And it'll be barbed with stickers, an arsenal of wire.
A fence is expensive, Papa.
Expensive. Well then, I'll build it myself. Now, go inside as I told you. Go on. Go on. Is she gone? Oh good, she's gone. Little lady, la-di-loo.
Oh, little lady,
Huckleberry. Neighbor.
friend.
How's the gout?
I barely noticed. And your asthma?
I endure it.
It's nearly settled.
Oh, what is?
The marriage. They're nearly ready. I hid in the bushes to listen. Oh, it's something. They're out of their minds with love.
Hooray!
My son, he is fantastic.
My daughter is fantastic too. They're both of them mad.
They're geese.
That was a clever plan that we had to build this wall.
Yes, and to pretend to feud.
Just think if they knew that we wanted them to wed.
Prearranged marriage?
They'd rather be dead.
Children!
Lovers!
Fantastics! Geese! How clever we are!
How crafty to know.
To manipulate children.
You merely say no.
Oh, dogs got to bark, mules got to bray. Soldiers must fight and preachers must pray.
And children, I guess, must get their own way. The minute that you say no.
Why did the kids pour jam on the cat? Raspberry jam all over the cat. Why should the kids do something like that?
But all that we said was no.
My son was once afraid to swim. The water made him wince. Until I said he mustn't swim. It's been swimming ever since. It's been swimming ever since. Oh, dogs got to bark, mules got to bray. Soldiers must fight and preachers must pray.
And children, I guess, must get their own way. The minute that you say no.
Why did the kids put beads in their ears? No one can hear with beads in their ears. After a while the reason appears.
They did it 'cause we said no. Their daughter brings a young man home, says, do you like him, Pa? You tell her he's a fool, and then you got a son-in-law. You got a son-in-law.
Oh, sure as the June comes right after May. Sure as the night comes right after day. You can be sure the devil's to pay. The minute that you say no. Make sure you never say no.
There's still one problem.
How to end the feud.
You guess it. They mustn't find out.
Oh no, if they knew, we're finished.
We're through.
Well, I think I found the answer. Delicious. Very theatrical.
Ah.
An abduction.
Who's abducted?
Your daughter.
Who abducts her?
A professional abductor. And I've hired the very man.
Gentlemen!
Wow!
Good evening.
What the devil?
Who are you?
I was sent for a family in distress.
Oh, yes, of course. You are the famous El Gallo.
El Gallo.
See.
See,
See? This is what I was about to tell you. This man is a magician. He can help us. You see, we have ourselves a little problem.
A love problem.
I see. You two have a love problem. And you've come to me for help. Interesting. Very interesting.
Wait a minute.
We're talking about our kids.
Who happen to be a boy and a girl.
Less challenging, but I'll see what I can do. You say you have a daughter.
Yes.
I see a girl.
Is her name Louisa?
Is that your daughter's name?
Yes.
That's her! And she's standing next to a young man who must be... Quick, before the image fades.
Matt?
Exactly, Matt!
Oh my God!
Amazing.
Well, they seem happy enough.
Oh. What about the feud?
Oh, yes, of course, the feud.
That's what I contacted you about. You see, this is what I was about to tell you. We hire this man to assist us. He begins to kidnap your daughter. My son runs in to rescue her, and then a battle.
I allow the boy to defeat me.
Yes, my son becomes a hero, and the feud is over. forever.
Ah, I see. And how much for this little drama?
That, senor, depends.
How what?
What else? The ravishment of your daughter.
Nope.
Forgive me. The attempted ravishment, the abduction, the seizure, the raid, the chase. Call it what you will.
I heard her speak of Sabine women.
No, it doesn't sound right to me.
It is, though, I assure you. As a matter of fact, it's standard. The lovers meet in secret, and so forth. A group of villains interrupts them, and so forth. The boy fights off pirates, bandits, Indians. The parents relent. Happy ending, and so forth. All of it quite standard.
Yeah, and what about the cost? And so forth.
Cost goes by type. For you, I recommend a first class.
You mean we get a choice?
Yes, of course. With regular union rates. It depends on what you pay. You have to pay. So come on and pay. Meet the obvious open schoolboy chase with little mandolins and a fast embrace. A childish prank, it's little in request. A first class raid, that is what I would suggest. Just try to see it, and you will soon agree, senors, why? Invite regret when you can order an abduction you will never forget. An abduction that's emphatic, an abduction that's polite, an abduction done with Indians, a truly charming sight. An abduction done on horseback, they'll say it's this again. So you see, the masquerade depends on what you pay. It depends on what you pay.
You can't love it. It depends on what you pay. So why be stingy? It depends on what
A spectacular raid with costumes ordered from the east requires rehearsal and takes a dozen men at least. A couple of singers and a string quartet. A major production requires a set.
That sounds expensive.
Just try to see it,
I don't see anything.
and you will soon see, senors, why. Invite regret when you can order an abduction you will never forget. An abduction that's emphatic, an abduction that's polite, an abduction done with Indians, a truly charming sight. An abduction done on horseback, they'll say it's new and gay. So you see, the masquerade depends on what you pay. So you see, the masquerade depends on what you pay. It depends on what you pay.
So why be stingy? It depends on what you pay. You can't so love it. It depends on what
The comic snatch. Perhaps it's just a trifle too unique. The passed around, done while canoeing on a moonlit creek. The Gothic crow, I play Valkyrie on a bass bassoon. The drunken brawl, I fight the boy inside a cheap saloon. Perhaps you like our special great ballet. I make an entrance doing grand jeté. Ballet is expensive, but it's in demand. A military siege is done with drummers and a band. You understand? I understand. It's very grand. It's done with drums and a great big brass band. Yes.
Oh, okay. It's so Spanish, that's why I like it. I like it too.
Just try to see it.
I see it.
And you will soon see, senors, why. Invite regret when you can order an abduction you will never forget. And so you see, the masquerade depends on what you pay. So you see, the masquerade depends on what you pay. So you see, the masquerade depends on what you pay.
depends on what you pay, depends on what you pay, depends on what you pay, depends a lot on what you. I say they're only young once. Let's order us a first class.
One abduction, first class.
With trimmings.
With trimmings. Now, is this to be a big affair or intimate?
We thought just the children.
I mean afterwards. At the party.
No, just the immediate family.
No guests. Perhaps a gathering on the lawn.
No, too expensive. Just the immediate family will do.
As you wish. That means the orchestra can go home. Still. Big affairs are nice.
Perhaps some other time.
All right. Well, you better go home and rehearse your parts.
Right. An abduction, that's emphatic. An abduction, that's polite. An abduction done within the answer to a charming son. An abduction done on horseback, they all say is new and gay. So you see the masquerade depends on what you pay. It depends on what you pay.
I'm rushing and a major production to do. I need actors, extra actors to help me stage my elaborate abduction. But I'm not worried. Something will turn up. I can sense it in the air. There. You hear that? What did I tell you?
Sir, the players have arrived.
The players are most welcome.
Oh, don't look at us like we are, sir, please. Remove 10 pounds of road dust from these aged cheeks. See makeup caked in glowing powder pink. Imagine a beard, full blown and blowing like the whiskers of a bear. And hair. Imagine hair. In a box, I've got all the colors. So I beg you, imagine hair. Oh, and not these clothes. Oh, no. Not rags like any beggar has, but see me in a doublet. Mortimer, fetch the doublet. Thank you. There. Imagine. Oh, it's torn. I know. Forget it. It vanishes under light. That's it. That's the whole trick. Trying to see me under light. I recite. Say a cue. Go on. I know it. Try me. Say one.
Friends, Romans, countrymen.
It's what?
Friends, Romans, countrymen.
Oh, don't tell me I can get it. Let's see now. Friends, Romans. I can't fine word you're saying. Ah, well, that's easy. Why didn't you pick something hard? Watch this. Friends, Romans, countrymen, screw your courage to the sticking place, and be not sick and pale with grief, that thou, her handmaiden, should be far more fair than she is. How's that?
Amazing.
Try to see it under light. I assure you, it's dazzling. I'm Henry Albertson. Perhaps you recall my Hamlet?
Of course.
You remember? I'll get the clippings.
Perhaps later.
As you wish. I preserve them. Who knows? I may write a book someday. This is Mortimer. He does death scenes. He's been with me for 40 years. He's an expert. Would you like to see one? Oh, yeah. Mortimer, die for the man. Down to business. You need actors.
For a love scene. Have you done romantic drama, Henry?
Well, that, sir, is my specialty. Have you not seen my Romeo?
No, I must have missed that.
Didn't see my Romeo?
I don't think I was born yet.
It's about Brutus,
No.
Shylock, Lear, Richard II, Richard III, Pinocchio, Peter Pan. Oh, well, I have the clippings.
Henry, here's the pack. We'll have these players play something like the abduction of the maiden before this love.
And if he but blench!
We'll stand our ground and fight until the lot of us is down.
Nobly done!
This way, Henry.
Young man. Whee! Thank you.
Henry.
What, Mortimer?
Where do you want to be?
Oh, off left, Mortimer. Indians are always off left.
Henry.
What?
What's BQ?
Oh, well, I'll tell you when it's time.
Right, Joe.
Off left, Mortimer, left! Oh, Emma Mortimer, don't forget. Dress the stage, dress the stage. Don't cluster up when you die. It's not really a Native American, you know. Well, that about does it, I think. I imagine we'd better hide, huh?
Oh, I nearly forgot.
Huh?
I promised them moonlight.
Amazing.
Beautiful, eh? A lover's moon. You go along, Henry. I'll be right back. Wonder how these things begin. Well, this begins with a glen. It begins with a season, which for want of a better word, we might as well call September. It begins with a forest, where the woodchucks woo, and leaves wax green, and vines entwine like lovers. Try to see it, not with your eyes, for they are wise, but see it with your ears, the cool green breathing of the leaves, and hear it with the inside of your hand, the soundless sound of shadows flicking light. Celebrate sensation. Recall that special place. You were there. You remember. That one secret place where once, just once in your crowded sunlit lifetime, you hid away in the shadows from the tyranny of time. That spot beside the clover where someone's hand held your hand, and love was sweeter than the berries, or the honey, or the stinging taste of mint. It's September before rainfall. A perfect time to be in love.
Hello.
Hello. My father's going to be very angry.
I know, so is mine.
We've never been here at night.
No.
It's different from the day.
Are you frightened?
Yes. No. It's cold here. There's going to be a
Would
storm.
you like my jacket?
No, thank you. Matt,
Yes.
my hand is trembling.
Don't be afraid. Please.
All right. I promise. Matt, take care of me. Teach me. I don't want to be awkward or afraid. I love you, Matt. I want there to be a happy ending.
I promise that there will be. Look,
What?
my hand is trembling too.
Hear how the wind begins to whisper. See how the leaves go streaming by. Smell how the velvet rain is falling out when the fields are warm and dry. Now is the time to run inside and stay. Now is the time to find a hideaway where we can stay.
Soon it's gonna rain. I can see it. Soon it's gonna rain. I can tell. Soon it's gonna rain. What are we gonna do? Soon it's gonna rain. I can feel it. Soon it's gonna rain. I can tell. Soon it's gonna rain. What are we lookout tower, and the throne room, and this, our family's pride and joy, the ballroom.
Why, how grand!
Princess,
Your Highness! We'll build 4 walls and a floor.
we'll bite it over with leaves and run inside to
Soon it's gonna rain.
Come run inside to
Soon it's gonna rain.
Soon it's gonna rain. I can see it. I can feel it. Run inside. And we'll let it rain.
We'll let it rain.
And we'll let it rain.
Then we'll let it rain.
And we'll not complain
Happy ending.
if it never stops at
Then
all.
we'll let it rain. Why complain? We'll live and love within our walls.
And love, who cares at all?
Happily we'll live.
Within our
Castle.
Orchestra, et rindo con molto, prosciutto. Get your swords. Indians ready? Indians abduct. Off left, Mortimer, damn it, off left. Henry!
Yep, I think I pulled something.
Oh, yeah. You get a bit sore at first. Dying like that. Well, it's not the easiest thing in the business, but I like it. I've been dying for 40 years, ever since I was a boy. Oh, you should have seen me in those dives. I could die off a 20-foot cliff, backwards. People used to cry out, "Die again, Mortimer! Die again!" So of course I never did.
Well, Henry, are you off now?
Yes, going somewhere. There's not much left of the old company anymore. Just Mortimer and me. But we make out. I recite Shakespeare. Mortimer dies. There's usually an audience somewhere.
Henry. Henry!
I almost forgot. Here's your moon.
Thank you. Good night, sweet prince.
And flights of angels. That's my light. Thank you. And flights of angels, sing thee to thy rest. Why doth the drum come hither? Remember, Mortimer, there are no small actors, only small parts. Remember me.
Very pretty, eh? Worthy of Watteau. A group of living statues. What do they call it? A tableau. Wonder if they can hold it. They'll try to, I suppose. And yet it won't be easy to hold such a pretty pose. All right, we'll see. We'll leave them for a little, and then we'll see. Act 1 is over. It's the intermission now.